Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. This is Marilyn Gale. Now, before I get started with today's article, let me just remind those who have not subscribed to my channel, you can do that now and click that notification bell. Now, let's get started. The article is about TLC. Now, it's been 25 years. On November 15th, 1994, TLC released the album CrazySexyCool, a pioneering blend of rap, soul, and R&B that made them the best-selling female band in U.S. history. Now, the title supposedly referred to the band's personalities. Lisa Left Eye Lopez brought that crazy, having recorded her vocals on a day release from court-mandated rehab after burning down her boyfriend's house in a jealous rage. T-boz Watkins, with her no-damns-given demeanor and raspy voice, was effortlessly cool, while Rosanda Chili Thomas was, for the sake of this anecdote, the sexy one. She also had an incredible voice and no shortage of attitude. Propelled by the hit singles Creep and Waterfalls, it became the first album by a girl group to reach diamond status, that's representing 10 million sales in the U.S. Globally, only the Spice Girls, Spice, have sold more. Now, to mark the record's anniversary, the band have announced a one-off show at London Shepherd's Bush Empire next June, and Chili jumped on the phone to the BBC to talk about the making of the album and how they ended up filing for bankruptcy after its release. They started with the title and worked from there. Now, although the song Kick Your Game incorporates the phrase crazy, sexy, cool in its lyrics, the album's title predates the whole project. Chili says, "We went into letting producers know that this was the name, and that's how the album should sound. Crazy, Sexy, Cool was our version of I'm Every Woman. Every woman has a crazy or a sexy or a cool side. You can be all three, but one is definitely more prominent than the other. What's the prominent characteristic for her?" Now, this is still Chili talking. "She says that it depends on the day. The crazy might be the more dominant one at times, but the cool or the sexy, I don't know. It just depends." Now, TLC's signature song is a socially conscious ballad that tackles drug addiction and the HIV epidemic, making it the first #1 single to mention the disease. It changed people's perception of the band and earned them 2 Grammy nominations and MTV's Video of the Year award. And what does it mean, don't go chasing waterfalls? What does that actually mean? Well, it means anything that's self-destructive. That's chasing a waterfall. And TLC knew the record would be a hit. Now, making the album was a lot of fun. She said, "We didn't feel the pressure of the second album, Jinx. We were just excited to be in the studio coming up with new material. And I remember when we were done, a guy at Arista Records said, 'It's a great album and you guys will probably sell a couple of million.' And we were like, 'A couple of million? We're going to sell 5 million at least.' But we weren't looking at it like that. We think we're great. We just knew it was special. It was one of those albums where you didn't want to skip the next song. It's rare to have a project like that." And I know exactly what she's saying, because sometimes when I get a CD or, people aren't buying CDs like they used to, but when I got a CD of one of my favorite artists, that favorite song, I would skip to my favorite song most of the time. And then every now and then I'll just play it from the beginning and let it play out. But yeah, if you can make a album and nobody wants to skip to that, they want to hear the whole album. Now that's what you call a good piece of work. Now, the song If I Was Your Girlfriend is a cover of Prince's single, and TLC made that again. TLC's version loses those psychosexual complexities but otherwise sticks fairly closer to Prince's version. Chili says they were careful to be respectful for one important reason. Prince wanted to hear the finished version before giving his approval. Now, the fact that Prince even allowed it to happen was a big deal because he never approved anyone doing covers of his song. It was always no, no, no. And we felt like it's probably still going to be a no. So when he gave us the green light, we was like, what? After that, now this is Chili talking. After that, we all cared about, is he going to be okay with it? And it's so crazy because, of course, we don't sound like Prince. Now, Tion's scratchy voice certainly doesn't sound like his. But he heard it and he loved it, so that's all that matters. Now, their first magazine shoot got them in trouble. Lisa Lopez was sentenced to 5 years probation and therapy at a halfway house after setting fire to her boyfriend's mansion. To announce the album's arrival, TLC gave an interview to Vibe magazine, the first time they met the press since Lisa Lopez torched the house of her football-playing partner, Andre Rison. I'm looking at wardrobe. They had provided, and they had police uniforms and fireman uniforms. Now, this is Chili talking. Everything Lisa had done was behind me. I wasn't even thinking about it. It didn't even dawn on me that they were being a little ratchet about having that type of attire for us to choose from. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to wear this fireman stuff. This is so dope. And of course, that was the cover. TLC burning up the charts and burning down the house. Lisa was on probation, and of course the judge saw it, so it was like we were just some little bad girls being nonchalant about this huge situation. But I swear it didn't occur to us until the magazine hit the stands that I said, oh my gosh, we're in so much trouble. Then the band held their boss hostage. And I'm kind of jumping around on this interview. The scene was recreated for the 2013 TV movie CrazySexyCool, and that was the TLC story. Now, famously, TLC filed for bankruptcy shortly after CrazySexyCool was released. Now, according to t-boz, the record might have made $75 million for the record company, but the bandmates were paid only $50,000 each. And frustrated with being given conflicting information about who controlled their payments, the trio decided to go straight to the top, marching into the record label and holding Clive Davis, then president of Arista Records, hostage. Now, when the scene was recreated in a 2013 movie about their career, many fans thought it was either exaggerated or invented. And Chili laughs and she says, oh no, as a matter of fact, it was a little toned down for TV. We were hot, she says, because we didn't understand how we were selling all these records with nothing to show for it. So it's like, all right, let's go to the source. We brought along some girls Lisa met while she was in the diversion center. And these were big girls, she said, huge and scary. And we put the two outside Clive's office and the one girl inside. And unless we gave the nod, no one could come in or out, no matter who it was. It was like a real movie. And looking back, I'm like, what were we thinking? But we didn't have anything to lose. Now, their financial troubles are over now. The band went on to sell millions of copies of their third album, Fan Mail, with a more equitable record contract. After the New York Police Department intervened, the standoff with Clive Davis ended, but the band won, and their contract was renegotiated. Filing for the bankruptcy was actually a key step towards restructuring their finances. And that's why a lot of people do it. They want to restructure their finances, so they go bankrupt. In recent years, they also re-recorded all their old songs, given their ownership. They were given their ownership of the masters and greater share of royalties. Now, if anyone wants to license any of these songs, they come straight to us, says Chili, instead of going somewhere else. They're ready to celebrate CrazySexyCool's anniversary. How the album has reached its silver anniversary is a mystery. My great-grandmother, this is Chili talking, my great-grandmother used to tell me when I was little, when you become an adult, the years will go by super fast. I didn't know what she meant when I was a kid, but I get it now, and I get it too, Chili. Once you seem like you reach 21 years old, boom, boom, bam, the years just go swiftly past. Continuing with the article. She and t-boz are ready to take the record back on the road in 2020. It is hard to perform the songs without Left Eye, who tragically died. She died young in a car accident 17 years ago. We felt her absence more obviously right after she passed, when we had to continue to work, says Chili. But over the years you heal. And I don't think you can ever heal 100% because that's our sister and we love her. But her memory lives on through us. And we don't look at it as sad anymore. And guys, I went to their concert earlier this year at Pachanga Resort and Casino in Temecula, California. And they didn't skip over her parts or try to have someone come in and fill in for Left Eye. They just let her do her part through technology. They didn't have a hologram or anything like that. They just let, Chili and the background dancers just danced and just let Left Eye's part just play. And to me, that was the best way to handle that, because I don't know if a lot of people could take a hologram being up there. I don't know how they would feel about that. I personally, I wouldn't want to see a hologram. I don't think a lot of people are ready for that. And I don't even think TLC would be ready for a hologram, just seeing that, knowing that it is an illusion, but looking so real. You know what I'm saying? So, and t-boz, the things that she has went through, she's a no-nonsense kind of person. Even at that concert, when the lights were in her eyes, they were blinding. And she stopped everything and told them to cut that light off. And I'm telling you a little bit lightly than what she did. She did it with authority. And also she had brought her son, her young son, in, and he was sitting in the second or third seat, I think, around that area to her right. And for whatever reason, someone moved him. So while she's performing, of course, she's looking out in the audience, just checking her child out, it was obvious for those who was around the child to see, that's what she was doing. And then her child is not there. Someone had taken and seated her child somewhere. Okay, she stopped it again. Where is my son? Where's my son? And she wasn't playing. And, I'm just looking like, what is going on? Because I didn't even see, her son. Well, I was looking at the audience. Looking at her perform, TLC perform. So I didn't even see it out my peripheral vision. But evidently someone took her child and seated him someplace else. So she stopped the show. And she meant business until someone, let her know where her son was. But even after that, she wasn't appreciating someone moving her child without her permission. So, I'm not sure what happened afterwards, but that's like any mother would do. You're up there performing, or you're doing your job, or it's, whatever. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had a job that I brought, members of the family to my job, the younger kids. And you want to know at all times, what are they doing, where they are. I work with these people, but, I'm still want to know where my kid is, or my, my family member is. So anyway, yeah, I could understand where she was coming from. So anyway, just to show you a little bit of her personality, she is no nonsense. And you get to a point where people try to take advantage of situations, like that Clive Davis incident where, they had some Lisa Lopez's girls up there to keep anybody from coming in and out unless TLC gave the word. That shows you she's not playing. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring you that. The anniversary is coming up. I at least want to see, I'm hoping that they have them again at Pachanga or one of the closer casinos, resort casinos. And if they do, I will surely be going to the concert because, guys, they give a good concert. The concert I went to, t-boz did a lot of the lead singing, and Chili did a lot of the dancing with the background dancing. And what I liked about that concert, the background singers and TLC, they looked like a family up there, and they treated them, you could tell by, how they reacted with the background dancers. They treated them like family. They treated them as equal. We're the main showcase and you just the background. I didn't even get that perception of that. So anyway, guys, I could talk and talk and talk about this, especially experiencing, TLC in concert. I have that personal experience. Wish I had better seats, which I wasn't too bad. I think I was in the fourth or fifth row to her right, to the stage's right, the artist looking out to their right. And I don't know what I expect, maybe to be in the pit. But anyway, I had good orchestra seats. But anyway, that and to me, that's the way to do. I like to be close. I don't want to be in nosebleed section, guys. I mean, I used to go to concerts, when somebody take you on a date and they think they doing something and you sitting in the nosebleed area and you thinking to yourself, heck, I could have took myself and had better seats. And I'm not trying to be ungrateful, guys. But, when a guy take you out, you expect, certain things, and you don't expect nosebleed areas up there with the clouds. Not me, because if I take a guy out, if I spend my money, because if you go back and forth with that, he do this for you, you do that for them. If I spend my money, it's going to be good seats. So that's what I expect. Don't put me in nosebleed section. Okay, that's another subject, guys. I'm going to quit right there. Thank you for joining me, because I can go on and on about that, and that's going to a different subject. But guys, have a great week. Do something fun. I always say that when I remember. Do something fun. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time out and listening to me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, have a good week. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.